If you're a man over 60 and you've woken up morning after morning feeling that emptiness, that lack of life and energy where you once felt strength, I need you to listen to me for just a moment. That feeling of something being missing, that quiet, where there used to be a spark. It's one of the most isolating and frustrating feelings a man can have. You lie there and you think, this is it. This is just what getting old means. It feels like a door has been permanently closed. I know that feeling. But what if everything you've come to believe about this is wrong? Let me be absolutely clear right from the start. This is not because you are old. Your body is not broken. Your manhood has not abandoned you or given up on you. The real truth, the truth that so many men never get to hear, is far more hopeful. What's happened isn't a permanent shutdown. It's more like your body's natural ability has gone quiet, like a radio dial that's been turned down so low you can barely hear the music. You assume the station is gone, but it's still broadcasting. It's still there. And with the right method, you can turn the volume back up. That natural, morning strength you remember didn't vanish forever. It can be awakened again, and it can be done completely naturally, without relying on anything but your own two hands and your own breath. This isn't a hope or a wish. It's a reality for thousands of men just like you. My name is Dr. Mojit Kara, and for over 30 years, my life's work has been sitting with men in my clinic, listening to these exact fears and helping them find their way back. I'm a urologist, which means I've dedicated my career to understanding the male body. I've worked with thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who had completely given up hope. They'd tried every pill and potion, and they'd resigned themselves to thinking their best days were behind them. But together, we discovered something profound. They didn't need risky drugs or complicated surgeries. They regained their vitality, their intimacy, and most importantly, their confidence, using simple, natural techniques just a few minutes each day. The secret we discovered lies in 3 specific points on your body. Most men go their entire lives never knowing these spots exist, but they act like your body's own hidden control switches. When you know how to press them correctly, they can change everything about your mornings. That is my promise to you. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to walk you through each of these 3 points in detail. I'll show you exactly where they are, how to find them on your own body, and the simple way to activate them. But before I share that, I need to ask you for 2 small things. First, if you're watching this on YouTube, please take a second to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. By doing that, you're making sure you never miss another one of these videos. I share powerful free tips like this all the time specifically for men over 60, and I don't want you to miss out. Secondly, I need to know if this is making sense to you. This helps me understand if I'm on the right track. If you're listening to this and it's speaking to you, if it's giving you a sense of hope, please go down to the comment section and simply type the number 1. Just type 1. If for some reason this doesn't resonate with you, you can type 0. That's it. Just those 2 things. Subscribe and let me know with a number. Then let's begin this journey together. Let's begin with the first and most important truth you need to hear. The loss of your morning erections is not a sign that you are broken, damaged, or beyond repair. It is not proof that your manhood has abandoned you. I wish every doctor made this clear to every man. What's really happening is far simpler and far more hopeful. Your body still remembers how to do this. Your nerves are still alive. Your blood vessels are still capable. Everything you need is still right there, waiting. But over the years, the signals have just grown quieter. The pathways that carried the blood and the energy have gone unused. Let me explain it with a simple metaphor. Think of a room in your house that you never go into anymore. Maybe it's a spare bedroom or a storage room. You never flip the light switch. Does that mean the electricity to that room has been cut off? That the wiring has vanished? Of course not. The power is still there, ready and waiting. The room is dark simply because no one has flipped the switch. Your body is the same. The current, the life force, is still there. You just haven't flipped the switch in a long time. I remember a patient named Harold, a wonderful man in his 70s, who came to me with tears in his eyes. He didn't even talk about sex. He just looked at me and said, "Doc, I don't care about that anymore. I just want to wake up one morning and feel alive again. I want to feel like I'm still here." That sentence has stayed with me forever because it captures what this is really about. It's not about performance, it's about presence. It's about dignity. And within a few weeks of what I'm about to show you, Harold called me, his voice full of life, and said, "I woke up this morning, and for the first time in 10 years, I felt like myself again." That is the truth. Your erections didn't disappear because you are too old. They faded because you stopped sending the signals. Because no one ever taught you how to keep those pathways alive. But the hope is that those pathways can be reawakened. They are waiting right now inside of you. This is where it gets exciting, because we start with the first of 3 hidden switches. The first point is your command center. It's located just above your pubic bone, on your lower abdomen, right where your belly meets your pelvis. Most men never think to touch this area, but it is one of the most important centers for male vitality. You don't need to press hard. This isn't about force. Lie down, place 2 or 3 fingertips gently on that spot, and take slow, deep breaths into your belly. As you breathe in, imagine sending warmth and energy down to your fingertips. You're not trying to force anything to happen right away. You are simply knocking on the door, reminding your body that this area exists. The biology is simple. Right beneath this point, run key blood vessels and nerves that supply everything downstairs. When we ignore them, they tighten up and the signals get weak. By gently stimulating this spot with your breath, you are reminding your body to send blood and energy back to where it belongs. I had a patient, Walter, who was 67 and looked utterly defeated. He said, "I think I've lost it for good." I placed his own hand on this spot and guided his breathing. Within minutes, his face changed. He felt a faint rush of warmth he hadn't felt in years. 2 weeks later, he came back with a smile and said, "Every morning, I feel something stirring again. It's coming back." That's the power of this first point. It's about re-establishing communication with patience and care. Now, as powerful as that first point is, it's only the beginning, because the second switch is one that most men have never even heard of, and it's often the most powerful. It's called the perineum. This is the small, soft area of your body that lies between your scrotum and your anus. I know, it sounds strange. It's a place we ignore. In Eastern medicine, it's considered a vital energy point. In the West, we barely talk about it, and that's a huge mistake because this point acts like a master valve. When it's tight and closed off, it blocks blood flow and muffles nerve signals. When you learn to release it, it can unlock a flood of circulation and sensation. The method is simple and gentle. You can sit on a small, soft cushion or a rolled-up towel while you're watching TV or reading. You're not putting your full weight on it. You're just creating a gentle, firm pressure right on that point. Then you simply breathe deeply and relax into it. You're not forcing or pushing. You're just allowing the tension to release. I taught this to a retired Marine named Thomas. He was 71 and told me it's like the lights went out down there. He was skeptical, but he tried it. He called me a few days later, amazed. "Doc," he said, "I felt a pulse. I felt warmth. For the first time in years, I felt something." That faint flicker of feeling sparked enormous hope in him. And hope is what changes everything. By opening this valve, blood that was trapped begins to move freely, and nerve pathways reconnect. It tells your body that it's safe to feel again. Now, the third and final point might surprise you because it's not on your torso. It's actually on your inner thigh, right in the crease where your leg meets your pelvis. Most of us think of our thighs as just for walking or sitting, but hidden beneath that skin is a major highway, the femoral artery and nerve. This is one of the main pipelines your body uses to send blood and feeling down to your manhood. If this road has traffic jams or gets neglected, the messages can't get through clearly, and the blood flow slows to a trickle. The method here is simple. Sit comfortably and use your fingertips to gently trace along that inner thigh crease. Go slowly. If you find a spot that feels a little tight or tender, that's normal. Just pause there, apply a gentle, comfortable pressure, and take a few deep breaths. You're not needing a sore muscle. You're just softly encouraging that pathway to open up and relax. I remember a patient named Earl, a truck driver who spent decades sitting behind the wheel. He told me I figured my thighs were just for getting me from place to place. He was skeptical that this could make a difference. But after just a week of this gentle practice, he noticed something amazing. He told me, "I feel warmer down there. It's like the blood is finally moving again." And after 2 weeks, he wasn't just waking up stronger. He walked into my office standing taller. He said, "I don't just feel more in my body, doc. I feel more like a man." That's the real power of this point. It doesn't just improve circulation. It restores a sense of control and confidence that radiates through your entire being. So why do these 3 points work so well? The science is actually beautifully simple. Think of your body like a city. For an erection to happen, 2 systems need to work together. Your blood vessels are the highways that carry the traffic blood, and your nerves are the power lines that light everything up sensation. If the highways are blocked or the power lines are down, the city goes dark. That's what happens over time. The pathways are still there, but they've grown quiet. These 3 points are like the main control stations for that city. The point above your pubic bone wakes up the central command, reminding the local roads to open up. The perineum point is like a master valve, releasing pressure and getting the traffic flowing freely again. And the inner thigh point clears the biggest highway into the city, ensuring nothing is blocking the main route. When you press them, you're not creating something new. You're simply reminding your body's existing systems to do what they already know how to do. The lights are still there. You're just flipping the switches back on. Now, pressing these points is powerful, but to make the change last, you need a strong foundation. That's where a few simple daily habits come in. These aren't drastic changes. They are small, easy boosts that support everything you're doing. Breathe deeply. Just 5 minutes a day of slow, deep belly breathing through your nose can lower blood pressure, relax your blood vessels, and dramatically improve blood flow. It tells your nervous system it's safe to relax. Start with warm water. Drink a glass of warm water first thing in the morning. After a night of sleep, your blood is thicker. The warm water gently thins it, making it easier for your heart to pump it everywhere it needs to go. Be friends with sugar. I'm not saying cut it out completely, but try reducing it, especially in the evening. Sugar can quietly damage the lining of your blood vessels over time. When you give those vessels a break, they can finally heal and function better. Take a gentle walk. After dinner, just take a short 10-minute stroll. This isn't about exercise. It's about activating the natural muscle pump in your legs. This helps circulate blood back to your heart and prevents it from pooling, ensuring better circulation overnight. Your approach matters. This is the most important habit. If you approach these points with frustration, like you're trying to force a broken machine to work, your body will resist. If you approach it with patience and care, as if you're reconnecting with an old friend, your body will listen and respond. This is the true key. Now, I know it can be hard to believe that something this simple can work. I've sat with enough men to understand that doubt. But what I've seen over the years has convinced me of one powerful truth. When a man commits to this practice, his body finds a way to respond. And the change is always about so much more than the physical. Remember Harold, the man who just wanted to feel alive again? He called me 3 weeks after we first spoke. His voice was trembling, but this time it was with joy. He said, "It happened. I woke up this morning with natural strength for the first time in over a decade." But then he said something even more important. "I don't just feel it in my body. I feel it in my heart. I feel like I'm back." For Earl, the truck driver, it was about control. He told me, "I feel like a man again. I walk differently. I'm not defeated by my own body anymore." And Thomas, the Marine, found that faint pulse of feeling he discovered grew into a steady rhythm of life. He realized he wasn't finished. These men got more than just a morning erection. They got themselves back. They regained a quiet confidence, a dignity that allowed them to look in the mirror and see a capable whole man staring back. That is the real transformation. And that brings me to the most important lesson of all. The secret isn't in knowing these points. The secret is in your consistency. Real, lasting change doesn't come from trying this once or twice and waiting for a miracle. It comes from a daily commitment. It comes from showing up for yourself every single day with patience and purpose. This isn't a chore, it's a ritual. It's a few minutes each day where you tell your body, "I still value you. I still believe in you. I have not given up on you." I've seen men try it for a week, feel a spark, then stop and slip back into doubt. And I've seen others who made it a non-negotiable part of their day, like brushing their teeth, and they transformed their lives. The difference wasn't their age or their health. It was their consistency. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about stepping into this chapter of your life with strength, pride, and the dignity you deserve. So let's bring this all together. You started this perhaps feeling a little doubtful, maybe even a little hopeless, wondering if your best days were behind you. But now you know the truth. Your body is not broken. You've discovered the 3 switches above the pubic bone, the perineum, and the inner thigh that can wake up your body's natural systems. You understand the simple science of blood and nerves, and you have 5 easy daily habits to build a foundation that makes it last. This is your journey. Tonight when you lie down, or tomorrow morning when you wake up, I want you to make a choice. I want you to place your hand on your heart and decide to show up for yourself. Find those points. Breathe deeply. Treat your body with the respect it deserves, because once you do, you'll discover exactly what men like Harold, Earl, and Thomas discovered, that the power to feel alive, confident, and whole again was inside you all along, just waiting for you to decide to claim it. Your prime is not a memory, it's a reality, waiting for you to wake up to it. You won't just wake up harder, you'll wake up stronger, prouder, and more connected to the man you truly are.